Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So in today's video we're going to look at how to apply for the Japanese scholarship using the embassy track. Alright, so it's quite simple and straightforward, quite similar to the Korean scholarship program. Alright, so let's start. First, what you have to do is that you have to go to the website. So I will take you to the main Japanese website for scholarships. So you remember that in the previous video for the Korean scholarship, what we did was we searched for study in Korea, and that took us to the Korean government scholarship. So the Korean government scholarship, which is popularly known as the KGSP, this is the main website for KGSP. Just as a brief cap, so those who want to see it in English, you just go to English, and then under scholarship you would find the Korean government scholarship. Alright, so for Japanese, the scholarship is quite similar to the Korean scholarship, but what you have to do is that you just type in study in Japan. Well, some say Japan, well, I don't really mind. Anyway, study in Japan, and when you type in study in Japan, the first thing you see is the main website for the Japanese government scholarship. So let's go to the main website and see what it says. So on the main website you have why study in Japan, planning studies in Japan, life in Japan, job and career. First you have to go to planning studies in Japan. So you click on planning studies in Japan, and then this are a host of information for you to go through. For those who like to go through the university track, which I will do later, you have to go through the site. But for those who like to just go through the embassy, you can look under scholarships. So under scholarships you see what the scholarships are. So for the Japanese scholarship, there are two main types of scholarship. There is the full tuition, and there is full tuition plus stipend, which is the full scholarship, and then there is the partial scholarships. Right, so the partial could be 100%, 30%, or 50% exemptions. So when to apply? So you could apply before coming to Japan or after coming to Japan, and these are the eligibility criteria. Alright, I wouldn't bore you with much details here. So the scholarship requirements, age, country, school enrolled in Japan, major. So all these things you have to go through the documents. It's quite a lot, yeah. But the main point, I would point it out. So the main point here that for the Japanese scholarship, this is the main Japanese scholarship. The main scholarship is this one, which is the MEXT. That is called. It's called a MEXT scholarship, and MEXT is divided into several types. So you have the YLP students, you have the research student for non-degree, masters, a doctorate, and then teacher training. And then there is other ones for privately funded international students. There's the local government and private organizations. Well, these are details that you don't have to worry yourself about. So for embassy, what must you do? So you can just go through this to know the other criteria. Alright, so for embassy you could see that, oh right, so this website also takes us to the pamphlets about the scholarship, some information that you need. So this is pamphlets about scholarship for international students in Japan. So you can read the information here. It gives you idea about the scholarship, the universities that offer the scholarship, and then the intake, the procedure, everything is here. Alright, but it's quite a lengthy material. So you could see that the universities, the kind of universities, and the scholarships that they offer, and then the locations, and then the countries they support. So you could use this material as a reference when you apply for the Japanese scholarship. Okay, now let's come to the main point. The main point why we are here is for the embassy method. So to get the application for embassy track, what you have to do is that just go to the internet, and if let's say you are someone from, let's say, India, what you have to do is that you go to the Japanese embassy in your country. So for Japanese embassy in India, this is how to find the scholarship forms. So when you type in Japanese embassy in India, you just click and then you go to the website. So this is a website for the Japanese embassy in India. And then under, you can see home, about us, and under education, so just click on education, and you could see it says study in Japan, or the JET program. So let's do study in Japan. Now under study in Japan, you could see the Japanese government scholarship, right? Just click on the Japanese government scholarship, and voila, that is it. You have all the various scholarships under the Japanese scholarship. Yes, so all the various types of scholarship under the Japanese scholarship, everything is here. So you have for research students, undergrad students. So depending on your level, you choose the one you want, and then it takes you straight to the site for you to download the forms and apply. So let me just start with an example, because I want to also do for other countries too. So let's start with let's say we want to apply for masters or PhD as a research student in Japan. In Japan, what I have to do is just click to research, and then it says application guidelines. So these are the application guidelines. You have to follow strictly to the guidelines provided by your embassy, and then it tells you about the amount. Well, the amount here is 143,000 yen. Let's see, and then it tells you the amount in rupees. Wow. So if you're in India and this amount in rupees, I'm sure you would know what it means. But let's say the amount in USD. So yen into USD, how much is it? So it's about 1,309 USD. So that's the amount you're going to get as stipend. That's a lot. Remember, the Korean government scholarship offers about 1 million won. 1 million won to USD. Hey, don't do that. 1 million won to USD. Not 10,000, not 10 million. Okay, so 1 million won to USD is about 890 USD. So you could see that whilst the KGSP, which is a Korean government scholarship, offers 890 USD for each student per month, the Japanese government scholarship offers about 1,309. But mind you, it's about standard of living. The cost of living in Japan is higher than in Korea, so you should expect to spend more. Alright, now let's go back again. So these are the main points you need to see. You need to go through the document. Now there will be round trip airfare. You'll be provided with plane tickets, so you don't have to worry about it. And then the application deadline, it says 16th of May. We are currently in May, but today's date is about the 3rd of May, so there is still more time. So you are encouraged to apply for this scholarship at the various embassy. Now, how do we get the scholarship form? Alright, so first let's go to the application guideline. So the embassy has provided the application guideline, and then the documents you need, so application forms and others, and then instructions about what to do with application forms. Now let's go back here and then look at the application form. So it says the preliminary application form. So you go here, you download the application form from your embassy's website, and then after you fill it out, you submit it to scholarship India at Mofa, yes, blah blah blah. So that's what you're supposed to do here with. So that's for those who are living in India. So that's the application form. The good thing about the embassy track is you have 3 options. So first choice, second choice, third choice. It's similar to KGSP. KGSP too, you have 3 options. I would advise students to first apply for KGSP and then apply for the Japanese scholarship, because the Japanese scholarship comes right after KGSP. So it doesn't take anything away from you. It's just the same form. You just have to transfer the details to the other country. Alright, so that's the application form right on the embassy website. You just have to click, download the form, and submit it to the appropriate email address. And for some places you have to write an exams, so they have to pick students, so you have to write an exams. It could be an English exams, and for people who will be taking courses like medicine, you might have to write biology or chemistry exams. So you need to ask information from the embassy and prepare accordingly. So there is also math exams for, so you see, research students might have to take English or Japanese. So those who claim to speak or understand Japanese will have to take Japanese exams, and generally everyone will be taking English exams. Undergrad will have to take quite a number of exams depending on your program. Technology students will have to take maths and other courses. All right, now let's move to let's see a sample qualification exam. So let's say for English, for research student, this is how it looks like. It says, for instance, the first one, you can see sample exams, some of the dash of whatever, and then you have to choose the right answer. Well, I wouldn't go through this, but some of the questions are quite easy and you have to prepare accordingly. To prepare, you just have to solve so many questions and it will be very easy for you to go through these questions. Okay, now let's go to another country. So I'm done with so my friends in India can just go through this process and voila, you have it. Now let's go to another country. Let's say embassy in, let me use Ghana for instance. Ghana, that's my country. So first you go to the Ghanaian embassy. So embassy of Japan in Ghana, not the Ghanaian embassy. When you go there, you would look at what's new. Sometimes if it's a fresh topic, they bring it under what's new. So what's new, you can see it says Japanese Government Scholarship 2022. Just click on it and there you go. When the deadline is on the oh, they haven't provided any deadline. Oh, deadline is the 31st. So you see, every country has a very different deadline. So for Ghanaians, it's 31st, and you have to submit your document to Scholarship Secretariat. And where do you find the document? You just have to click here for the forms. Just click. Oh, I should have even opened it on a different. So embassy documents. So these are the documents for application. Embassy recommendation. Where are the documents? These are the documents. So application form, and then placement, preference, field of study, certificates of health, recommendation, sample. Alright, so these are the forms you have to fill. You fill out these forms and submit. Quite similar to, you fill out these forms and submit. Quite similar to KGSP, so it doesn't take anything away from you. Alright, now let's look at the past question. So here too you have to go through the past question because the Japanese embassy in Ghana will ask you to take some test. Now let me go to another country. So that's for Ghana. It's very easy to find the documents and apply. Let's go to another country. Let's say Japanese embassy in the US. Let me use the US for example. So you go to the Japanese embassy in the United States, and then how do you find it? Oh, that's it. It's there. It's under news, right? So it says MEXT undergrad. Oh, MEXT deadline is on the 7th of June. That's long. There's so much time here. All right, so you just have to look through and then apply. All right, that will be under education and culture. So MEXT scholarship formation, and then for masters and doctorate, just go to research students. You read information here. So it says under 35 years and above 16 years are eligible. And the application forms, you can find the application forms here. It's the same website that's for as the one from Ghana. So you could just go to the main Japanese website, download the forms there, and then just send to your embassy depending on the guidelines provided. Alright, let's move to another country. Let's say study in Japanese embassy in Germany. Okay, so this is also for Europe. I've been to Africa, I've been to America, I have done, which other country did I do? Asia. Now this is Europe. So for Europeans, let's say for those in Germany, the Japanese embassy in Germany, it's here. So you just choose the first one and you look for the scholarship. It should be under education. Well, I don't speak German, so I have no idea what is here, but I have translator, which will just change this to English, and I can see culture, consulate, education. there is no education here, but it's simple. What you have to do is just look for foreign policy. Let's see, culture. Oh, there's nothing under culture. Then it should be under press and publication. Okay, there's nothing under press and publication. That's fine. Alright, so archives. Well, this is not in English, so it's hard to find. But then we can also always find a way out. Let's go to foreign policy. Let's see, under foreign policy. So that's how to search for information. Sometimes you might not see it clearly there, but it's there. You could even search for it here by typing MEXT. MEXT. Well, it might even be under a different name, but because it's in German, it's hard for me to understand what is going on. Yeah, let's go together. Let's do this together. I think we can find it. Okay. Unless perhaps there is no scholarship for Germans under MEXT this year, but if there is, the information will definitely be on the website. Okay, forms and downloads. Oh no, but this is for visa, not scholarship. Consular. All right. So for the German link, I don't seem to find it here, but that is it. So for any other country, what you just have to do is look for your country, just type the Japanese embassy in your country, just put your country there. If it's Indonesia or somewhere, just put it there, and then go to the embassy, and under education you might find it there. If you are unable to find it, you have to call the embassy and then check it out. Perhaps they might, because of COVID, some countries are not partaking in the scholarships this year, so you have to check that information out. So that's all I have for you today. This was, oh, so you can see for Indonesia, which I just checked now, you have the information here, and everything is here. Alright, so this is all for today, and I hope you would find things easy as you go through the scholarship process. I wish you all the best, and then the very best of luck. Please do subscribe to my channel. I'm going to bring you more interesting stuff, and please like the video. Alright, see you. Bye.